From the ignored kid in high school
Get out.
to the most electrifying NBA star.
Primo, attack! Morant rejects the screen.
Look at this.
Look at this pass to Tillman.
This is the story of Ja Morant. Ja Morant was born into a family whose father and mother were both basketball enthusiasts. Meanwhile, his father, T. Morant, was Ray Allen's high school teammate and played basketball for Claflin University. His mother, Jamie Morant, who is in her 40s, was a basketball player herself in high school. She played at the point guard position in basketball and was a utility player in softball during her college career. In a conversation with journalist Malika Andrews from the giant news agency, The Morning Star, born in 1999, shared witty, "To this day, my dad still pisses me off sometimes. He often shouted in my ear, 'You are still overrated. You're terrible, son.' However, it is also lucky for me, because if I can accept your opinion, the words that come back and forth from many other people are just words that don't matter." With a passion passed down by his parents, Ja Morant soon got acquainted with basketball and competed in the Amateur Sports League, under the shirt of Mid-Missouri Elite. In his first season, along with teammate Zion Williamson, Morant became one of the top players in the league. Ja Morant was only found out by Murray State because a coach on a recruiting trip chose to get a snack. Ja Morant, one of the top players entering the 2019 NBA draft, was not the most highly anticipated prospect coming out of high school, as you are probably already aware. Despite averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists throughout his junior and senior years, he was not listed on any recruiting websites. And South Carolina was the only DI offer he received. Nobody in the program even knew who Morant was until Murray State assistant James Kane stumbled upon him playing basketball in an auxiliary gym while attempting to scout someone else. A story on the 19-year-old on E60 revealed the story of how Kane discovered Morant in that gym. It turns out that Kane might not have been motivated to approach the auxiliary gym in the first place if he had never become hungry. In July 2019, Morant signed a 2-year, $17.8 million contract with the Grizzlies. On October 23, 2019, Morant made his NBA debut against the Miami Heat. Despite his team's defeat, Morant made an impressive 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. In the 2019-20 season, Morant led all rookies in terms of assists with an average of 7.1 phases per game, as well as total points scored, 1,138 points, 17.8 points per game. At the end of the season, Morant was named NBA Rookie of the Year and named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team. Ja Morant's playstyle is very wild and always makes opponents surprised. Because of that way of playing, he has many NBA fans for him. He scored 8 triple-doubles during his NCAA season. Fans often compare Ja Morant to the triple-double god, Russell Westbrook. However, many experts say that the talent born in 1999 has more potential to surpass Russell Westbrook in the future, especially in the field of shooting and defense. Ja Morant is having extremely explosive seasons with the Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA. The 22-year-old's top performances are receiving a lot of attention from experts and fans.
Oh my
gosh! Look at this, partner!
With the current impressive performance, Ja Morant will almost be the name to bring home the title of Player of the Year of the season. This is an extremely worthy achievement for the 23-year-old superstar's efforts, and helps him have more solid launch pads in the not-too-distant future, such as the MVP title or the NBA championship. By this point, most fans already know that Ja Morant is one of the most physically fit players in the NBA right now. The star defender of the Memphis Grizzlies used to have super difficult shots and powerful dunks, and had countless highlights in attack thanks to his unmatched bounce. But not stopping there, Morant also knows how to use his unique physicality in defense. The proof came in the game between the Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers on the morning of January 10, 2021. Ja Morant jumped so high that both his arms and head hit the backboard in an attempt to stop Avery Bradley from the Los Angeles Lakers from scoring. In the first half, Ja Morant was a little careless when holding the ball and let Lakers defender Avery Bradley steal the ball. Immediately counterattacked quickly, Bradley attacked to the other side and eliminated Desmond Bane to prepare for a phase to score. But from behind, Ja Morant bounced high and launched a crazy chase-down block. Not only prevented Avery Bradley from scoring, but Ja Morant also nearly caught the ball with both hands in the air, The slow-motion video shows Ja hitting his head on the backboard before landing, recovering the ball himself, and organizing a counterattack for the Memphis Grizzlies. The crazy thing is that Morant only really takes off at the last moment, aligning the time properly before accelerating to gain momentum from the three-point round and showing great strength. It was LeBron James, Bradley's teammate and Morant's opponent, who also had to send praise to the 22-year-old player. Like a predator, you have to wait any time to attack. That's what he did. I knew he would find the block, but I didn't think Ja would do such a crazy thing. It was an impressive ball. Maybe he has a rocket in his legs. In the match against the San Antonio Spurs on the morning of March 1st, 2022, Ja Morant brought himself a new scoring record in his career. He scored 52 points with a crazy performance of 22 by 30, having 4 out of 4 successful three-point throws. Even more special to note that the 22-year-old superstar broke his limit after a 46-point performance against the Chicago Bulls 2 days earlier. Besides, these two outstanding performances also helped Ja Morant monopolize first place in the Memphis Grizzlies' single-match scoring record. Mike Miller is the closest person to Ja Morant, who also has scored 45 points since January 21st, 2007. Ja Morant's impressive performance helped the Memphis Grizzlies win both the confrontations with the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. And most of all, with a record of 43 wins, 20 losses, Ja Morant helped the Memphis Grizzlies get close to the second place of the Golden State Warriors. The team has a record of 43 wins, 18 losses in the Western rankings. After the scandal revealed the image of him playing with a gun in a bar, Ja Morant was suspended for 8 games by the NBA. The enforcement period is coming to an end, and now Ja Morant is ready to return to the Memphis Grizzlies squad. With the 2022-23 season about to enter the playoffs, Ja Morant's return is extremely important. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant has been the core of the team's play for many years. How influential is the return of Ja Morant? In 53 games played, Ja Morant has an extremely impressive statistic, averaging 27.1 points, 8.2 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. These are all the best stats of Ja Morant's career since coming to the NBA in 2019. If only based on statistics, the return of Ja Morant will help the Memphis Grizzlies improve a lot of squad strength. In the 53 matches that Ja Morant participated in, the Memphis Grizzlies won 34. Meanwhile, they can only earn 10 wins in 18 matches where he is not able to play. The difference is quite large, demonstrating the importance of Ja Morant in the Memphis Grizzlies squad. Besides, the Memphis Grizzlies also have a good bench quality in NBA. Tyus Jones replaced Ja Morant with excellent performance in the last 8 matches. He will continue to play an important role for the Memphis Grizzlies, even if his playing time is shortened. Ja Morant's performance on such a significant as the playoffs is much better. At the 2022 NBA playoffs, Ja Morant averaged 27.2 points, 9.8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game. However, the Memphis Grizzlies could only make it to the Western semifinals. Therefore, the return of Ja Morant is extremely significant for the Memphis Grizzlies. Playoffs are the place for superstars to shine, and once Ja Morant can keep his form, the Memphis Grizzlies can go further this season. Memphis Grizzlies fixtures for the remainder of the 2022-23 season, the Memphis Grizzlies still have 12 matches in hand, in that they only had tough games with the Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Clippers, 2 times, and Portland Trail Blazers. The remaining matches are just weaker teams or have lost all hope of competing in the playoff of the 2022-23 season. With the return of Ja Morant, the Memphis Grizzlies can completely keep the second place on the Western rankings. They are having a record of 44 wins to 27 losses. Ja Morant will be an important factor in finding the successors of the iconic LeBron James and Stephen Curry in the NBA arena. In recent times, there have been many concerns that the NBA will lose its appeal once the superstar duo dies. Before that, many players were expected to become the new face of the NBA. However, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, and Trae Young have not made outstanding progress. Zion Williamson is constantly injured, while Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic are just foreign players in the US. Ja Morant's outstanding development is the belief of the whole NBA about a new face for the tournament in the nearest future. Ja Morant is only 22 years old and has his 3rd season in the NBA. There is still too much time for him to upgrade his skills, to reach the highest peaks in his career. American fans once expected a Zion Williamson at the 2019 NBA draft. However, with the current developments, the person who was chosen in the number 2 position that year, Ja Morant, became the main actor in the new NBA draft. Raised to the value of a new face representing the entire NBA. This ignored kid is doing some crazy things in the NBA right now.